All right, hey guys, here's your review explanation. I'm not telling you the answers. I'm not actually setting it up completely for you, but I'm going to at least give you an idea of what you need to do. So, we've got a rectangular diagram representing the dance floor at Stephanie's wedding. The area of the square has to be less than, key word here, less than. The area has to be less than 27 square feet. Using the inequality, what is a possible solution for x, the width of the rectangle? So we know that our x needs to be less than 27, our area needs to be less than 27 square feet. An area is length times width. So if you have length times width, and you know x is your width, you can do with that as you will to set up your inequality. Make sure you understand that the area must be less than. So this needs to be less than 27. All right. Number 2. Miss Coyle can spend a maximum of $30 at Target. Can I spend more than $30? Well, no. Definitely can't spend more than $30. If you thought about it as $30 cash in my pocket, I can spend all $30, but I cannot spend more than what I've already got. So $30 is the absolute maximum. I have to spend $30 or less at Target on Expo markers. If each pack of Expos costs $4, which inequality could be used to find the possible values for P? So I have $4 for every pack I buy. $4 for every pack I buy. And I can only spend a maximum of $30. You're going to look at these and you're going to figure out which one makes the most sense based on these key words. 610b. Which inequality is true when G is equal to 3/5? All right, G is equal to 3/5. So if I put, instead of writing G here, I would write 3/5. 3/5 minus 1. Is that greater than or equal to 2/5? Negative 10 multiplied by 3/5. Is that greater than or equal to 6? 1 2/5 plus 3/5. Is that greater than or equal to 3? 15 multiplied by 3/5. Is that greater than or equal to 9? You have to plug this number all the way in and say, instead of G, I'm going to write this down. There is plenty of work to be shown here, so I better see some work, y'all. Just like I'm underlining parts, especially when it comes to these where you're finding an equation that matches the word problem. You can underline key words. You can tell me what those mean, and that is your work there. But there's plenty of work to do here because you have to actually solve that. All right, page 2. Number 4, 69b. Which number line shows the solutions for the inequality 5x is greater than or equal to 75? So, first of all, we've got a whole bunch of answers here. We need to figure out which direction are we moving and what does our circle look like. You're going to find the number line that matches once you have solved 5x is greater than or equal to 75. Draw your line, do your 1, 2, and then figure out what does my line look like. Number 5. 610a. Angel has at most, meaning she cannot spend more than $35 in her budget for the movies. If 2 tickets cost a total of $14, how much money can she spend at the concession stand without spending over her budget? So the inequality they showed us is 14 plus m for her, the money spent at the concession stand, is less than or equal to 35. Again, you're going to have to solve this. You're going to have to draw your line. You're going to have to say, what's the operation? What's the opposite of that operation? Think through it. Number 6. Which situation is represented by the inequality below? 5 multiplied by D is greater than or equal to 45. Tanya built 5 squares using snap cubes. Each square was built with a minimum of using 45 snap cubes. Find D, the total number of snap cubes used. Think about what it's telling you. Tanya built 5 squares using snap cubes. Each square was built with a minimum of using 45 snap cubes. You need to find D, the total number of snap cubes used. There were at least 45 students waiting to enter main event. Keyword at least. They are standing in equal groups of 5. What is D? The number of students in each group. All right. C. Marley buys some lotion for $5 a bottle. She spends no more than $45 for all bottles of lotion. Find D, the possible number of bottles of lotion Marley can buy. The area of a backyard is greater than 45 feet. If the width of a backyard is 5 feet, what is D? Its length. Okay, I underlined big keywords. You need to make sure you go back to that page that we did. If you can't find it, then it is on Canvas under Writing Inequalities, Notes and Practice. You can go back to that. You can look at that. You can watch that video. And that should help you understand what these keywords all mean. If you figure out that you're looking at this as 5D is greater than or equal to 45, you need to make sure that your keywords match up. You also need to make sure that what they're saying makes sense for what this is saying. 5 multiplied by something we don't know is greater than or equal to 45. All right. Number 7. Taylor makes $9 an hour at her summer job. Her goal is to make at least $450. Which number line represents the hours Taylor needs to work to reach her goal? All right. $9 per hour. $9 an hour. $9 for every hour she works. So I'm thinking 9. If I take $9 and I work 1 hour, I got $9. If I get $9 an hour and I work 2 hours, I've made $18. I've not made $11. Think through that. Think through what I just said and think about what your equation should look like. Because you're going to have to write your equation and solve it before you can graph the solution. Because remember, we graphed the solution. You're also going to have to think about exactly what at least means and what that means for your circle. Is it opened? Is it closed? Does it exist? Obviously it does, since that's the only answer choices. Number 8. Lisa is putting up a fence around a square area in her backyard for her dogs. She only has 78 feet of fencing to use. She can use 78 feet of fencing or less. If each side is exactly the same length, which inequality represents S? All the possible side lengths of just one side of the dog pin. So, her backyard It's a fence. It's a square area. So if you think about it, you've got a square. Each side is going to be the same length. And it has to be up to 78 feet. She can use a maximum of 78 feet of fencing. This one didn't use a keyword, so I'm giving you one now. She has a maximum. She can use a maximum. Look that one up if you don't know what that means. Maximum of 78 feet. It has 4 sides of that fence. So that 78 feet is for all 4 sides of the fence. You're trying to find what S is. Number 9. Charity spends $19 of the $58 she received for her birthday. Which decimal represents the fraction of the $58 Charity spent? Round to the nearest hundredth. So we've got $19 that we spent out of the total 58. We spent part of what we got for our birthday, $19, out of the whole that we received for her birthday. Try to think about this. Which decimal represents the fraction of the $58 Charity spent? So if you have a fraction, think about your top and bottom out to figure out what Charity spent. And finally, number 10. Which inequality is true when R is equal to 4.6? So this goes back to what we did before, where we take whatever R is and we plug it in. 3 multiplied by that 4.6, is that greater than 14? 4.6 plus 32, is that greater than 36? 4.6 minus 12, is that less than negative 8? 4.6 divided by 3, is that less than 1? You have to think through it. You have to, anytime you see an R, instead of putting R, put 4.6. All right, you guys, I have no doubt you can do this. I will be here for any questions you have in the morning tomorrow, Friday, the 18th. I am also here Monday afternoon, or not Monday afternoon, we don't have school on Monday. I will be here in class on Tuesday. We are going to go over it completely, and I will post a video that posts all the answers on Tuesday in case you're behind, or in case you just want to study up a little bit more before the test on Wednesday. All right, you guys, good luck.